Okay. In this instance, Prairie Storm Entertainment Group initially signed a trial deal with the BW Network. The success of year one resulted in another one-year contract. When season 2 was even more successful and showed signs for continued growth, the BW offered the 5-year deal for the show Prairie Storm. That 5-year extension was worth in the neighborhood of $150 million, approximately $2.5 million episode times 5 seasons. Season 3 of the show, the Celebrity Edition, was canceled after allegations of fraud and breach of contract were very publicly exposed. Amazingly enough, the drama caused by the Prairie Moore expos increased viewership of the program in the last 2 episodes. The penultimate show garnered an increase in viewership of more than double the average. The season finale attracted an astounding 7 times more than the average viewership. In advertising revenue alone, the BW made back its entire investment in the series in those 2 episodes. But I'm guessing the network did not want any stain of alleged cheating since the show was quite profitable. It had to have been Moore's accusation that made the BW network shy away and terminate the contract with Prairie Storm Entertainment Group. That financial hit to Prairie Storm Entertainment Group is devastating. I'm not sure any production company can survive the kind of economical impact. Let me address one other aspect that may be relevant to the case at hand. It's unclear whether reality shows like Prairie Storm are a game show or fall into their own category, a subgenre of reality TV. They are a game in that contestants compete with one another, and prizes are offered for winners, of course. Moreover, there are well-documented rules and regulations for play. However, unlike traditional game shows, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Card Sharks, the game involves more than scoring points or answering questions correctly. Reality shows engage more intangibles, emotion, interaction, attitude, awareness, quirks of personality, which all factors into who wins and who is eliminated. I join the growing number of media critics and experts who tend to place reality shows in their own entertainment category. The Emmys, the awards given by the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, recognizes reality shows as their own entity, as well as by separating them into a different category from standard game shows. Why is this an important distinction? Well, as a result of the widespread cheating scandals in 1950s popular game shows, the U.S. contract actually passed a criminal statute, Section 47 of the U.S. Code, Chapter 509, outlawing influencing, prearranging, or predetermining the outcome of a broadcast contest. It's really an interesting history. The birth of the statute can be traced to the quiz show mania of the 1950s. CBS's The 64,000 Question was the innovative show responsible for launching America's obsession with trivia game shows. The show employed the now standard format of asking questions to the contestants in a given category. Correct responses were rewarded with points or dollar amounts, what now seems vanilla. The show took the world by storm in 1955 and 1956. This show was one of the top-rated programs on the air, drawing even more viewers than the venerable I Love Lucy. Due to the show's success, other television networks quickly came up with their own versions. NBC joined the fray with their program 21. Again, contestants competed with one another to answer a series of questions within a specified category. However, NBC was late to the party and struggled to gain viewers for its game show. Once advertisers threatened to pull their support, the producers of the show met to strategize. They came up with a plan to intentionally feed the correct answers to a sympathetic contestant who continued to win on the show. The drama of whether the contestant, Herb Stempel, would win again drew millions of viewers. Once producers had decided that Herb had won enough and withheld the answers, Mr. Stempel blew the whistle. It turned out that while 21 tactics of completely choreographing a supposedly bona fide game show might have been dishonest, there was simply nothing on the books that had made the conduct illegal. For the first time, but not the last, America had the revelation that a lot of what was being presented as real on television was actually tweaked by producers to achieve better ratings. After months of investigation and hearings, Congress responded by passing Chapter 47 of the U.S. Code, Section 509, a statute making it a federal crime for broadcast shows to engage in any artifice or scheme for the purposes of prearranging or predetermining the outcome of a purportedly bona fide contest of intellectual knowledge, intellectual skill, or chance with the intent of deceiving the viewing public. This statute was referred by Perry Moore in various social media posts and interviews. I challenge any claim to criminal activity based on this law. I simply do not think it applies to the current genre of reality TV. In addition to my professional interest in television and reality shows, I have to say that I'm a big fan. I have served as a consultant to a few production companies in the past 2 years, offering my advice and insight on how best to position their shows to maximize viewer interest. In fact, I was hired by Prairie Storm Entertainment Group, PSEG, to facilitate a Midwestern focus group for the Prairie Storm series. They indicated that my expertise in the realm of television, coupled with my background as a journalist who knows how to ask questions and draw out information, made me a perfect fit for their needs. I was happy to help, and to take their paycheck. PSEG organized 2 types of focus group experiences. One simply invited viewers to watch the televised broadcast and then engage in a discussion after the show. Each participant would also be given a dial with numbers ranging from -100 to +100, with the middle being 0. As they watched, focus group members used the dial to express their positive or negative feelings about a person or situation. This is commonly used technique, and it is quite effective in determining viewer engagement. The other focus group style also used the dial technology, but saw a slightly different version of the show, and prior to the actual television broadcast. I was facilitating one of these preview groups. Our group watched an enhanced version of Prairie Storm the day before it aired on TV. Along with the dial technology, I also engaged them with questions and commentary throughout the program. We wanted to determine success of various plot points and narrative, certain interpersonal developments, of course, and, of course, the likability of the various contestants. For the celebrity edition of the show, Season 3, we devised a modified Q rating system. A Q rating is an algorithm to measure the familiarity and appeal of a brand, celebrity, company, or entertainment product. It basically multiplies a familiarity score with a popularity score to determine a value. For an entertainer or sports personality, the higher the Q score, the more valuable they are. Q scores often determine how much a personality will be paid for a product endorsement or public appearance. Since the Season 3 participants all had various levels of fame, we used Q scores in addition to the dial to give feedback to the production company. We found that certain celebrity participants were better known than others. For example, many recognized Olympic athlete Olivia Brooks and rock singer Clearcon, while fewer knew anything about congressman Aaron Jones of Michigan. Once the show began and viewers learned more about each celebrity, Q scores and dial ratings became more important. While there were some geographic and demographic differences among the focus groups, by and large the data generated was consistent. We provided this information to the production company, allowing PSEG to make decisions about what and who to feature and in what ways. One of the most surprising developments was the immediate popularity of Henry Hamilton, a retired federal judge. Something about Henry's persona just made viewers like him. He was portrayed as thoughtful, considerate, understanding, sympathetic, and patient with the other participants. On the show, the director used this focus group feedback to include more footage of Hamilton thoughtfully engaging with others and offering sound and common sense advice. Perry, on the other hand, didn't have much to offer. There was positive feedback during Moore's success in various challenges, but in household interaction, when Perry entered the room, all dials reset to 0, neutral, flat. This was not a good sign. As I mentioned earlier, the third thing that everyone should know about television is that it relies on emotion. Emotion sells, both positive and negative, both hero and villain, both the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. What doesn't sell is boredom. Unfortunately for Perry Moore, that's what the research determined. Perry may be an excellent actor and a gifted OCR participant, but in the realm of reality TV, that's not enough. Based on the focus group research, I was not surprised to see Perry Moore go home after the 3rd episode.